Our planet is inhabited by different animals. Some of them are deadly to humans. It's not just about large predators, whose fangs and claws pose a clear threat. There are very small creatures that can kill dozens of people with one bite. They have special glands that produce the strongest poisons. It describes fish, spiders, frogs, snakes and jellyfish, which are considered the most venomous creatures on the planet and can easily take the life of an unwary person. In this collection you will see the top 10 most poisonous animals in the world. Be sure to watch the video to the end so as not to miss useful information. 10th place, stingray. These seemingly harmless creatures live in warm seas and annually kills more than 2,000 people. Stingrays are not aggressive and rarely attack people. They themselves step on them, as the animals are invisible and almost merge with the seabed. They hunt in shallow water, burrowing into sand or silt. The objects of their food are small crabs, shrimps. The stingray freezes and waits for the right animal to approach the right distance. The body of this fish ends with a long thin tail with a deadly spike. In adults, the length of the sting reaches 50 centimeters. There are many sharp notches on its surface. The thorn leaves a rather deep and large wound. A poison containing dozens of toxic substances immediately gets there. At first, a person feels a dull pain. Then he begins to have spasms, convulsions, dizziness and paralysis of the limbs. This can lead to a quick and painful death. 9th place, blue-ringed octopus, a cephalopod that lives in coastal Pacific waters. It has a small size and is among the most poisonous and dangerous animals on the planet. The beautiful and peculiar creature has an aggressive character and has earned the nickname, dwarf killer. Thousands of people die every year because of it. The salivary glands of this octopus contain the strongest organic poison. It is produced by special bacteria. When the substance enters the bloodstream, it paralyzes the nervous system in a few minutes. A person stops breathing, the musculoskeletal system fails, then the heart stops, death occurs. 8th place, puffer fish. Lovers of exotic dishes like the traditional Japanese delicacy. But it is better not to meet this fish in the water. After all, the puffer is considered one of the most poisonous creatures on the planet. From head to tail, its body is covered with numerous sharp spines, replacing the usual scales. They contain a strong poison. When a fish senses danger, it swells and straightens its spines. The poison is also found on the skin and in the liver of the fish. That is why for its preparation you need to have a lot of experience and a special certificate. A small dose of this substance is enough to kill 40 people. It acts very quickly and paralyzes the muscles. This leads to a stop of breathing and cardiac activity. A person dies from lack of oxygen. 7th place, Brazilian wandering spider. The homeland of these arthropods is considered to be South America, but they often end up on other continents when transporting fruit. They are considered the most poisonous and dangerous in the world. Since 2010, they have been included in the Guinness Book of Records as the most dangerous representatives of their kind. The venom of these spiders contains a high concentration of a toxin that has a specific effect on nerve cells. Once in the body, it causes muscle paralysis, heart failure, respiratory arrest and suffocation. There is an effective antidote against the toxin, so the number of deaths is small. 6th place, frog tree climber. A small frog of beautiful and bright colors is among the most dangerous animals. It lives in tropical forests. The entire skin of the amphibian is covered with poisonous glands. They emit a highly toxic substance that is dangerous to humans. The absence of a protein form makes it one of the most powerful poisons. Once on the skin, the toxin easily passes through the protective cover and is absorbed into the blood. It spreads rapidly through the body, causing paralysis and death. There is no effective antidote, people die in agony. Therefore, it is better not to touch the cute frogs. 5th place, golden frog. Colombia, Panama and other South American countries are home to one of the most venomous animals on Earth. A bright and beautiful frog is much more dangerous than a tree climber. Her skin is also covered with poisonous glands that secrete highly toxic substances. Their concentration is so high that the amphibian should not be touched at all. Frog glands secrete alkaloids that easily penetrate the skin, enter the bloodstream and spread throughout the body. A person almost immediately experiences severe arrhythmia, weakness, dizziness. The toxin inhibits nervous activity, causes heart failure, paralysis and rapid death. 4th place. Taipan. Australia is home to the world's most venomous snake of the asp family. One of her bites contains so many highly toxic substances that they would be enough for the fatal poisoning of several dozen people. There is an antidote, but it must be administered within half an hour. If the time is lost, it is no longer possible to save the victim. People die due to paralysis of the respiratory system from suffocation and extremely painful, although quick death. Fortunately, these reptiles are rare. They are not aggressive and try to avoid people. Snakes attack only if they cannot escape from imminent danger. People climb up to them themselves. They become victims of asps only because of their curiosity or carelessness. 3rd place. Scorpio leiurus. The desert and dry areas of Turkey and North Africa are home to one of the most venomous arachnids on the planet. The scorpion hides under rocks and in small crevices, tracking down suitable prey. If there is a person nearby, he abruptly throws forward a tail with a bent needle. At its end there are holes through which the poison is fed. It is a mixture of the most powerful toxins. The patient's body temperature rises sharply, limbs become numb, unbearable burning pain appears. If an antidote is not administered immediately, the victim dies from anaphylactic shock and pulmonary edema. 2nd place. Royal cobra. One of the most dangerous and poisonous creatures on the planet. It lives in the tropical forests of India, Pakistan, the Philippines, Indonesia. Lives about 30 years. Adults reach up to 4 to 5 meters in length. The king cobra is the largest among venomous snakes. She swims well and often attacks in the water. One bite of this snake can kill 20 people. Penetrating into the blood, the poison quickly spreads through the body. It blocks muscle contractions. The victim dies from suffocation resulting from paralysis of the respiratory muscles. The king cobra can adjust the dosage of its venom depending on the size of the victim. 1st place. Cubomedusa or sea wasp. The 1st place among the most poisonous animals in the world is occupied by a jellyfish, also called a sea wasp. It lives in the tropical waters of Australia and Indonesia. It has very long tentacles, which are dotted with stinging cells. They contain the strongest known poisons. Its toxicity is so high that an adult dies almost immediately after a burn. The potent toxin has multiple effects. It affects the skin and nervous system, causing excruciating pain. Death occurs from a heart attack. There is an antidote, but doctors rarely have time to use it. The victim drowns before reaching the shore. This jellyfish is the most venomous creature on the planet. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel so as not to miss an interesting new video.